Dear viewers, you're watching Nile Cruise with Rana Al-Assas and myself, Muhammad Abdurrahim, here from Nemek, the National Museum of Egyptian Civilization. We from, of course, Al Fustat, Old Cairo, beautiful place, beautiful weather. We are here where the mummies are now present, of course, after that great day on the 3rd of April, of that great festival watched by the world. This place was inaugurated with the presence of President Assisi, and then 15 days later, on the 18th of April, it was fully opened to the public. There are two collections here in the museum. The permanent collection is divided into two separate categories, one chronological, the other thematic. The chronological area includes archaic, pharaonic, Greco-Roman, Coptic, medieval, Islamic, modern, and contemporary, while the thematic areas are dawn of civilization, the Nile, writing, states and society, material, culture, beliefs, and thinking, as well as the gallery of royal mummies. We are delighted to have with us here on Nile Cruise Mr. Sayyid Abul Fadl, and he is the supervisor of the core exhibition and mummies hall at Nemek. Thank you for joining us.
You're welcome. You're welcome to the National
Mr.
Museum.
Said, it's a wonderful day, and we have the pleasure to have you with us in today's episode of Nile Cruise.
Yes.
In a wonderful place here in Egypt, of
Thank
course.
you. Thank you.
The world witnessed 18 kings and 4 queens of ancient Egypt making their way to their final resting place, from the Egyptian Museum in downtown Cairo to the newly initiated National Museum of the Egyptian Civilization, where we're bringing today's episode of Nile Cruise from.
Yeah.
And 22 special crafted, of course. Sir, I would like to know your motto on the inauguration and the reflection of the greatness of the exhibits in this museum.
You know that the royal mummies, by the way, we transferred 22 royal mummies from the National Museum. And from the beginning, we started to work on this as to design a gallery, especially for the royal mummies, designed as a tomb. From outside, it's a mountain, like the tombs in the Valley of the King. And from inside, we divided to the galleries to rooms, different types of rooms, and each room, including the mummy and the coffins of this mummy, by the way, it was designed as a tomb. Need the visitor, when you go to enter the royal mummies, to feel that they are inside a real tomb in the Valley of the King. And by the way, you know that all the people that saw the big ceremony with the royal mummies parade in the 3rd of April, with the attendance of President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi, and more than 60 countries watched this ceremony live, and more than 400 media and TV. It was in the main event in the 3rd of April, by the way.
Yes, Mr. Abul Fadl, as an archaeologist, what are the collections that you are most proud of here?
You know that inside the National Museum we have two galleries, as I said, the main gallery, or the core gallery, and the royal mummy. The core gallery, this gallery represents Egyptian civilization from the prehistory to the modern time, through ancient Egypt, Greco-Roman, Coptic, Islamic, modern, and contemporary. And one of the most important pieces that inside, for example, one of the oldest skeleton all over the world that's called Nazlet Khatir skeleton, that dates back to 35,000 years ago. In the National Museum, we have another one older than this. It's called El Taramsa skeleton, that dates back to 55,000 years ago. But it's not easy to display according to the condition of this skeleton, by the way. Also, we have a collection of someone is called Sennacherib. He the chief of the workers at the time of city Ramses II, by the way. And we found his tomb in Deir el-Madina, Luxor. It's a family tomb. And we have a big collection concerning belongs to this person, by the way. Also, we have one of the oldest toprostatic. It's for a lady from late period. She lost her big finger, and the ancient Egyptian tried to make it another one for her. It's from wood, and connected the wood with leather, and connected the leather with the leg to give her stability when she's walking when she's walking, by the way. Also, we can find one of the most important pieces that it's a result of looting. It's called the coffin of of Najim Ankh. He came from the Metropolitan, by the way. Someone American sold to the Metropolitan by $4 million. And the Metropolitan sent us as a Ministry of Antiquities the receipts and the paper to check it, and we found it's a fake paper, and this is a result of looting under revolution. And according to the Convention of UNESCO 1970, you have to get it back to the country again, and we got it from the Metropolitan 2 years ago, by the way. Also, we have inside the gallery the last Kaaba cover. You know that the Kaaba cover for hundreds of years, Egypt used it to made it in Egypt and send it to Mecca annually in a big festival or ceremony, by the way. And what we have inside, it's the last Kaaba cover that made in the time of President Gamal Abdel Nasser, 1961, by the way.
Okay, sir, the exclusive exhibition, of course, of the hall includes the royal mummies transferred from the Egyptian Museum. How are they shown or exhibited to the visitors inside?
The exhibition inside the royal mummy, it depends on to display for the first time the mummy, beside the mummy, the coffin that we discovered the mummy inside. It's the first time that you can see the mummy beside the coffin that belongs to this mummy, by the way. And also, you will see some of the funerary furniture belongs to these mummies also displayed beside the mummy and the coffin. And you will see also one of the mummies that displayed here for the first time, because the conditions of this mummy in Egyptian Museum is not easy to display. But here we deal with these mummies to display here for the first time. Also, we will see some of the new things or new display technology inside the royal mummies. We can see also a whiteboard display for us the recent X-ray on some of the mummies. For example, the first mummy we will see that belongs to King Seknen Ra Ta II. He was the one started the war against the Hyksos, and he died at the battlefield, by the way. You will see the recent X-ray on a whiteboard inside the Royal Mummy Gallery, by the way.
Yes, Mr. Abul Fadl, we understand that you are preparing several places now that are to be allotted to temporary exhibitions. So what kind of exhibits will they be?
You know that in 2017, we opened the first timber exhibition in the National Museum.
Yes.
It's about handicrafts in Egypt through eras. But we now try to change this display with a new display talking about Egyptian textile. It will be in a few months. It will open a timber exhibition gallery about Egyptian textile in the main timber gallery in the National Museum, by the way.
Right, beautiful.
Sir, after of course, the museum, it's obvious it's completely inaugurated and it's fully inaugurated, and it's a source of pride here that we do have in our country, of course.
Yep.
The museum's collections displayed in a core permanent exhibition of the principal achievements of Egyptian civilization with 6 thematic galleries. What are they, sir?
By the way, the 6th thematic gallery is galleries for futures. It's not now. You know that.
So they're not yet ready.
Not yet, yeah. No,
Not yet ready,
yeah.
huh?
Because you know the museum is a big museum. And
Could
yeah.
could you tell us anything about them?
the thematic gallery it depends on, for example, the Nile. You will display in this gallery, for example, object or pieces started from the prehistory to the modern time concerning of the Nile. For example, by the way, it's a thematic gallery depending on subject or topics, including objects from the prehistory to the modern time. Because you know that the Egyptian Museum or Civilization Museum is different from the other museums, because it represents Egyptian Museum or the Egyptian civilization from the prehistory to the modern time.
Yes. Mr. Abul Fadl, something that is very unique about the Egyptian civilization is that it is not just about monuments, but there is also a lot of diverse things that talk about life, basically. Water, agriculture, the Nile, music, woman, mummification, medicine, everyday life. So can you talk to us about some of these diverse aspects that you showcase in the museum? Like, do you showcase things about medicine, about music, about Egyptian pharaonic women, about architecture, about irrigation, about the Egyptian army at the time, the pharaonic army?
Yeah. You know that inside the National Museum, inside the main gallery of the museum, we displayed each showcase representing a topic, a subject. For example, you said that before, if we have a showcase representing about the agricultural tools in ancient Egypt, by the way, and how the ancient Egyptians made it all this, for example, axes, pillhooks, pottery silo, from all times to still now exist till now. We have also a showcase representing for us baking, different types of baking and different types of bread that dates back to 5,000 years ago. For example, in this showcase, exactly, you will see one of the most important two pieces. It's two cupcake inside this showcase. For example, we have a showcase about medicine in ancient Egypt. We displayed here in this showcase that the oldest toprostatic, the normal way of giving birth in ancient Egypt, by the way. We have also a showcase representing the cosmetics piece or cosmetic things that belong to the ladies. For example, makeup books, different types of mirror, different type of spoon. Also, we have a showcase representing for us the watches in ancient Egypt. We have two types of clocks or clocks, of water clock and sundial, by the way. We have showcases representing for us textile in Islamic time and in Coptic time, by the way. Each showcase representing for us a story, a topic. It's not focusing on the one object exactly, by the way.
Yes.
Sir, the uniqueness of the Egyptian civilization is not just about monuments, but it is about the agriculture system, the irrigation, dams building, and the state, the army, the beliefs, architecture, museum, women, mummification, and medicine, everyday life, etc. Tell us more, sir.
You know that also inside the gallery there are showcases representing other things. For example, as you said, we have showcases. For example, represent for us one of the busts that belongs to Khedive Ismail, and the old building of Suez Canal, by the way, because you know that Khedive Ismail is the founder of the establishment of the Suez Canal, and the old place as a maquette for the old place of the Suez Canal. In another showcase, we can see also a portrait for Muhammad Ali, and a maquette for the canals or the qanatir that we can say. A qanatir that Muhammad Ali also establishment in El Qanatir area.
Yes.
It's near from here, by the way. Yeah.
All right. Unfortunately, that's all the time we have for this segment. We do thank, on behalf of you, dear viewers, Mr. Sayyid Abul Fadl, the supervisor of the core exhibition and Mummies Hall here at the National Museum of Egyptian Civilization. Thank you for being with us, and thank you for having us.
Thank you for your coming to the National Museum. We hope to see you again.
Thank you.
Thank you
You're
so much,
welcome.
sir, for being with
You're
us.
welcome.
Always a pleasure to
Yeah.
have an interview with you. Thank you very much for your
You're welcome,
informative
You're
knowledge,
welcome,
sir.
madam. You're welcome.
Thank you for giving us this opportunity to make Nile Cruise or shoot Nile Cruise at this wonderful location. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. Thank
Dear
you.
viewers, stay with us. We are still watching Nile Cruise. Don't go away. We'll be right back. Me and Mohammed.